call the July 26th regular council meeting of the Village of McBride to order. First item of business is introduction of late items, and we have 3. You should all have a handout from Kelly. So under 8A-B, correspondence, an email from Teresa Caputo requesting the support of Mayor and Council for the North 400 that are riding for Canadian Cancer Society Cops for Cops for Cancer Tour de North fundraiser. So that'll be under 8A-B. We also have under correspondence for information only from an email from Minister Fassbender on the small communities grants for the Village of McBride to receive $336,956. So that's just for information. And under reports, administration, 7C.1, tender 2016-02, topping and tree removal at the Charlie Leak Field. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda as amended? Moved by Councillor Reichardt. Councillor Zanzan. All in favor? Carried. Reading and approving of the July 12, 2006 regular council meetings. Council minutes. Can I get a mover and a seconder? Councillor Reichardt, seconder.
I'll second.
Councillor Tracy. Any errors or omissions? Ira.
Direct your attention to 8A on page 4. The location of the property, 848 Main, is incorrect.
Oh, okay, thank you.
I'm not sure what the exact number is, but I know it's not that one.
Okay, I will look that up in a minute.
Okay. Any others? Okay, and we'll call the question. All in favor of approving the amended minutes? Carried. Next item is the reading and approving of the July 18th, 2016 special annual report meeting. Moved by Councillor Thompson. Councillor Reichardt. Any errors or omissions? No, hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor? Carried. Petitions and delegations. We have none. Questions from the public? Okay. Kelly? Rebecca?
I just had a question for mayor and or administration. I'm wondering why council's reports aren't in the minutes. Because I know at least one councillor submits written reports every time. And if they're not going to be in the minutes, where can they be found?
The choice is either to do them either verbally or written. We sometimes write them to try to include them in the minutes as much as we can, but there's no qualifier really as to whether they have to be written or oral.
To be found, all the minutes are part of the permanent record. No, didn't say.
Yes. Yeah, so the written ones do form part of the minutes, and they are
But they're
kept.
not in the minutes in like this week's agenda.
No.
So it's just not done. So if I wanted to review them, I just have to come in to the office.
Yes.
You can watch them on YouTube too.
Okay. Thank you.
Videos.
Okay, moving on to reports. We'll start with, no unfinished business, so we'll move on to reports. Councillors, who wants to go first? Councillor Zanzan.
I haven't talked, like I said, I tried to get all the CN, I think they're on holidays, but I'm still worried about the ballpark and the fence. It's not tied down the right way, and it's just sand put in there, and I'm afraid if the wind comes up or something, it's going to come down. And that's a big concern for me, because like I said before, there's traffic there. all the tourists, the kids are playing ball or whatever, and just the people going to the CN station. If that ever comes down on, we're in trouble. So, I don't know.
We did have, on the last agenda, wasn't it, we had a report from Public Works staff. And
And
that was my concern too, and we sent them out there and they had said that no, the posts are basically 4 feet in the ground.
it's not stable. When that post, if you looked at that picture, what we've seen, it was right over on just with the highway, the road there. And when you bend that over and you put a loader in there, you're gonna crack the bottom of it. All along, 35 feet to 40 feet, where there's two posts, like I said, there's 3.5. They're the thickest posts going, and the rest are only 1.5 to 2 inches. Now, when they push the loader on there, you don't have to touch the posts, just push the wire, and you're gonna crack every one of them. We should have had somebody in there dig around there to see if there is cracks, and find a way of stapling that, because I'm afraid in the winter time, there's gonna be ice on there. They figure the wind will just blow through there. Well, it might just blow through there, but something heavy, it's gonna be heavy. So, it's up to you. I don't want to put this on the back burner, because if we do get in trouble, we're going to be in deep trouble. And I don't want to see nobody get hurt. I don't want to damage the vehicles.
We have already had, we did send out the crew to take a look at it.
It's not the point. I know the Tony, it's not stable. And I'm worried about that. But if you guys want to take the responsibility, go for it. I'm not going to get involved in this one.
Responding to Councillor Johnson, Mayor. So we did send them out again before our youth committee's festivities at the end of the street, and it was reported that they were stable by Public Works. I believe they also spoke with Councillor Thompson, because of course he helps host and facilitate those events. So the 2 reports that administration have both say it's stable, but I recognize what Councillor Bezansen's saying, and I can send them out to dig down maybe, or is that what you're suggesting?
Yes.
Dig down?
The post, I was talking to Savarelli about it, and they are down deep. That's not the problem. The problem is where they bent over, and it's only maybe 2 feet, 1.5 feet, or not even that. And it will go, when you start rocking it will break.
Maybe what we can do is have you attend with the CAO and the Public Works Department and take a look at the areas that you think are of concern.
Yes, because we're having another youth event tomorrow night.
Yes, we should
Councillor
be.
Thompson, did you have something to add to that?
Well, just to elaborate, the reason the fence blew over in the first part was because it had a snow fence on the top, which is designed to stop the wind. Once the snow fence was removed, that removes the resistance that caused the fence to go over. I'm confident with the Public Works staff having their check on it that we're proceeding with our youth events, because unless we get hurricane force winds, that's not going to cause that fence to go, because the thing that caused the problem has already been removed, and that was the snow fence. Yes, it'd be a good idea to make sure that there's no bent posts down there, but as far as imminent danger of the fence blowing over, no. I'm confident that the Public Works staff have done a good job in checking that out.
Okay. So Kelly, I'll arrange that to set up, you can take her down there and discuss the areas of concern with Kelly, okay?
Yeah, whatever, I'm not too happy about it, because I don't think people know what they're talking about with that. 'Cause I've seen posts go like that, I worked on them.
And that's where you could maybe help explain it to the guys.
I'm not allowed, the union. I just
That's
nailed
why
for
you're
that.
going with the CAO?
Yeah. Well, the point I'm trying to, it's gotta get dug and find out if there is cracks. No one knows, it's buried. And a little bit of sand, there's nothing in there, no rock, nothing.
No cement, no nothing. Okay.
And there's nothing. So it's just a problem. Well, it's the public get hurt, we're in trouble, that's all.
Yeah, no,
It's really metal fatigue you're talking about, isn't it? 'Cause
Oh,
it's been-
no, all the pipes, the small pipes there, they're only 1.5 inches, I think, maybe 2 inches. And like I said, that was right over.
Mhm.
I talked to Savarelli about it, he says there's damage there, it has to be damage there. He says the best thing is dig it out, check it out. And it's up to the public, I just wanna protect the public and the vehicles. And people are walking along there and they're playing baseball, so they jump up to the fence.
No, not a problem. We'll,
What?
even also maybe, it was Les Samuel you were talking about?
Yes,
Maybe you can bring him along too, so,
well, he put it in.
yes, I understand. Okay. Anything else
yeah.
for Councilor Chrysanthemum?
2 days ago, I was talking to some surveyors at the lagoon. And they were down there, and I'd like to know what they were doing down there. Because I was told when we released, when we did our survey in and it went to Victoria for the lease, right? That was all done and over with. Well,
The survey is done. The surveying is
well,
done.
now it is.
They, so the process, and we did touch on this at the last meeting as well. The process was that they go, they section out, they actually can join some lots and surveyed out some other parcels. They take all the readings. That goes to the Ministry of Transport. They approved it. It's now come back where they have to do a final posting. They actually put little markers in or something. The lawyer sent me the letter about it. This then goes back, so the Ministry of Transportation end of it is done, and it now goes to the, Mr. Gagliardi's lawyer, yes. And they will be drafting the lease. The lease is not drafted yet.
So that's still gonna cost the taxpayers more money?
No, no.
Okay.
It's just wrapping up the process that was started. It was McElhaney there, correct?
Yes,
Yes,
that's
yeah,
correct.
yeah.
But that's what I'm worried about. I just
Yeah.
hope there's another extra bill and put a pile of money in there already.
Okay.
No, that's it.
Thanks, Councilor Chrysanthemum.
Thank
Councilor
you.
Thompson?
Thank you, Mayor Martin. My report this week is that on July the 14th, I had a meeting or attended a meeting with Miles Bruns and others regarding a Wi-Fi hotspot project for McBride. July the 18th was the public meeting for the annual report. The meeting was to approve the 2015 annual report and approve for submission to the ministry. In addition, on July the 18th, I attended the meet and greet with other councillors, Regional District Rep, Honourable Minister Bond, MP Bob Zimmer, and about 35 members of the public. Other things that I've been doing, July 13th was the first event in our annual Summer Street Festival where we got wet. The next event is tomorrow, and we'll be doing street hockey and more fun games, including human hungry hippos. So if you don't know about hungry hippos, just Google human hungry hippos this week and come out for the fun and the food provided by the McBride grad class of 2017. July the 17th, the Healthy Communities Committee held its second Walking with Dr. Alwan, but this was walking without Dr. Alwan because he was on holidays. But we did have community members who walked anyway and learned new things about our community. And I have had just other discussions and phone calls with residents about things that I either refer to the administration or just talk about. And there's my written report for filing with the official written reports.
Councilor Eichner?
December 13th, the community forest meeting, the 18th, I was here in Chambers for the annual report, as well as the meet and greet your local officials. And on the 21st was our regional district, and the highlights are in the package, and that's it for me.
Yes, I've been very quiet too, and it was enjoyable, the meet and greet, excellent food, good company, and same as the rest of them, a few meetings. Sorry, that's about all for me.
And I forgot my book, so I will have to report next time. Administration, we'll move on to yours.
Well, I'm sorry everyone, I forgot to extend the regrets for Sherry Shannon, which is obvious she's not there. Current work in progress, revisit the 2016 reviewed second quarter standing, calculating and submitted grants / payments in lieu. Sherry's following up on delinquent taxes and overlooked invoices, bylaws and policies we looked at, the 5-year financial plan and the permissive tax exemption bylaw, council, ongoing consultation, assistance is required, preparing agendas, minutes, reports, and recommendations for council, researching various service and programs, consult IT on the security of the council's email system, administration. Sherry Flynn was our successful applicant for the administrative assistant position. As we all know, our wonderful Glenda is retiring, and this will be her last week with us. We are looking at interviewing for the EDO position next week. We have 3 strong candidates. We should probably look at posting for a deputy administrator treasurer, as Sherry won't be in that position when she returns. A liaison with regional district, building inspector, Ministry of Finance, local governance, and our assigned governance advisors. And as always, discussions with residents regarding local issues and concerns. And my door is always open, and it's nice to have them come in. And I just wanted to report on the tender process that we just went through. The tender was for the topping and tree removal at the Charlie Leakey Field. And we opened the tender at 2:13 p.m. on Friday, July the 22nd. The opening was witnessed by Sherry Flynn, Glenda Thompson, and I did the opening. The only applicant we had was the Source Tree Services of Valemount, BC, and they quoted $11,000, and it was awarded to them. And that is paid up for out of the grant that we got.
Thank you. All right, so we have our public works report also in there.
A couple of
Sorry,
questions.
Councilor Thompson?
Sorry. Kelly, can you just refresh my memory, and maybe others, the amount of the grant and what else is involved in the airport grant?
We've received 2 grants now. One was for $26,100 and something, and the other one was the one we submitted in conjunction with Valemount, and that one is regarding the finishing and the sealants of both Valemount and McBride's runways. I think that was also in the neighborhood of 27,000.
Air access grant that we got.
That was the air access, yes. So that was really good news. Yeah.
Okay. And could you perhaps bring us up to date? I know you just had a meeting. It refers to the permissive tax exemption bylaw. You just had a meeting with the Catholic Diocese.
I did.
Can you bring council up to speed on that discussion?
I can't because I have not heard back from the contact. I think at this time of year, messages have been left, and I think a lot of people are on vacation. So I have left 2 messages expressing, not the urgency, but that I would like to hear from them at the earliest convenience, and have not heard back yet.
Okay. Thank you.
So you have the monthly report in there, and then you have the skateboard.
I do. When the public works staff went down, they cleaned up the skateboard park because I guess a lot of gravel and stuff, as Councillor Bezanson had reported, it was coming onto the skateboard from the pump part. They also put down a lot of black dirt. They felt there was a lot of damage done to the property, and so they were down there most of the day. They've reseeded. Public Works would like to see a supervisor or a staff member present when community volunteers are working, just to help them, guide them through processes so damage doesn't occur.
I think that's a good idea.
Their recommendation, so this was specifically about the gravel, in case people would hurt themselves, and the posts. Public Works recommends that the posts that are there remain in place, These posts were put in place to act as a barrier to protect the children and youth using the park from vehicles. Their concern is if they're taken out, that should there, heaven forbid, be a vehicle, someone driving impaired or have a heart attack or something, that any children in that park are very susceptible to just getting run over. There's no other barriers there. So that's their recommendation, and I brought it back to you guys.
So actually, that bike, that shouldn't have been put in there then.
The bike park, the pump park.
The bike will
Yeah.
go over, that shouldn't have been put in there,
What makes you say that?
because there's no protection there. Them kids are gonna hit that eventually. And posts, there's another liability you're gonna have.
Well, one of the things I would like to do is to pass the report, the concerns on to the bike club, because they did have concerns too. And then we'll have the bike club come forward with what they need to think. But yes, I do definitely agree that with the ballpark thing and then with the pump park thing, that when we have volunteers doing work, that we have staff, trained staff on site to oversee the work.
And just to remind you, Mayor Martin, that we do have MABC coming in to do an assessment of our recreational and public parks areas this summer. They sort of come and do everyone in a row, so they'll be here.
Okay.
So they're looking at that and they're looking at any public buildings.
Okay, and they'll provide a report to council?
They will provide a written report for us, a full assessment.
Councillor Thompson?
I-
Councillor Reichert?
I too went down there and just for clarification, when they put the gravel in, they did remove 3 posts in order to get the equipment in, because the posts were originally put there to keep motorized equipment out of the park, because if it isn't there, people might tend to go in there with their vehicles and try things out. But there wasn't that much damage. There was some grass damage, but Public Works did resaw the entire boulevard. So it looks like a lot of damage was done, when in actual fact, there was a very minuscule amount of damage to the grass on one end. So not to discount, I agree that Public Works should be there when the supervisor makes sure that when our property is being worked on, that we know what's going on, and so do the volunteers. So I think that's good. And just a quick suggestion for the notes, a very simple mitigation, if there is a concern about the posts, is a top rail and all the way around the top outside. And it can be done with treated lumber, for example, and rounded properly. And if there's a top and a front side, that will eliminate the bicycles actually hitting the posts. They would be stopped prior to having a post injury. So if you look at other pump parks, that is a manner in which they are protected.
So around the
top on top of the post.
Yeah.
And it goes all the way around, and one on the front, on the
Okay.
inside front. It's like a leg.
Okay.
Thanks, Councillor Thompson. Councillor Reichert?
We had the concern before there was gravel on the skateboard park itself, and did we find out, or should we get confirmation that it's actually going to stop? Like, is it seal coated or whatever?
No, it isn't seal coated. Public Works reported that they went down and they took the heavy brooms and cleaned it all off. They saw that it was getting less as the pump park is used, it's packing in, but they have now got it on their to-do list, and they're gonna look at least twice a week, and if there's anything, sweep it off.
Is it possible to locate a broom down there so that if there's that concern and somebody wants to sweep off the skate park, they can do it themselves?
I think that's a disaster waiting to happen.
You stole them pretty quick.
I don't know, hang a broom on the
On the outhouse?
on the washroom.
Washroom, sorry.
Wouldn't hurt. What's a broom?
Just a thought.
Anything's worth a try,
Exactly.
you
Well,
know.
then that way, if the kids are skateboarding and there's dirt from the pump park, then they could just sweep it off with the broom back.
Personally, I don't see the broom going back. I see it being used as some other form of play. Broken and played with.
So we have kids at home.
Yeah, I have 5 kids. I would never leave Run down at the skate park.
I got kids, I left brooms around all over the place. You see how clean I got it?
Yeah, I'll bet.
I'll maybe take a look at that option too. All right. Okay, so can I get a motion to receive the reports for information?
Move to receive.
Moved by Councillor Reichert. Seconder? Thank you, Councillor Costanzo.
Did we go through the,
Oh, no, sorry, I missed the revenue and expenditures. I don't even have to look, I know what's coming. All right, Councillor Thompson, you have the floor.
so I was going through the pages 1 to 10 of the revenue and expenditures, and I guess these are going to be directed to Kelly through the chair.
Sure, I'll give it a good go.
And I'll try to be very clear on where I'm asking questions.
Okay,
So I'm looking at,
What page are you on, Councillor Thompson?
sorry, page 10 of your packet. Page 1 of 10 of the,
page 1 of 10 or 10 of 10?
Here's
1 of 10.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's actually page 10 in the agenda.
Page 10 on the agenda, okay.
Okay,
Gotcha.
so I'm looking at grants in lieu of taxes.
Yes,
And I see that the 2016 budgeted amount is $38,000, and the actual to date is just over 14, which is in line with what was received in 2015. I'm concerned that the revenue is much less than budgeted, but it's consistent with 2015. So are we expecting more?
we are. So the 14,190.49 that you see in the 2016 year to date is received through electric funds transfer.
Mhm.
There is also properties that I'm just completed some of the work on that will be being invoiced directly to either the federal government or the individuals that lease the land through that.
Okay, so more to come, that's always
Yes,
good
that's
news.
correct.
Okay, I'm on the same page,
Mhm.
business licenses.
Yes,
I see that the business license revenue is down from last year. Do we know that whether that's due to closed businesses or just business fees not paid?
I would say a little bit of both. Often when we catch a business license is when somebody comes in to ask about something. An example would be putting a tender in with the village and they've forgotten to buy a business license from us. I do think that some of it probably is due to the downturn in businesses as well.
Okay.
So a little of both, I
A
would
little
say.
of both. Okay. Same page, ICBC Motor Vehicle Branch Commission.
Yes?
Very little, 3724. Is that just that they're not billed or haven't?
These are also electronic funds transferred, so that is what has come in to date.
So
But
more-
I don't anticipate that we're going to stay there.
So more to come.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
It is going down a little bit every year, you should note that, because a part of it is based on what we actually sell out of our office.
Okay. Okay. Same page, BC Hydro Generators.
Yes.
Anticipated budget 24, nothing coming in. Is that just not entered, or is BC Hydro
No,
not paid?
I actually just invoiced on BC Hydro Generators from back to July of 2015. It was in the neighborhood of $28,000, so we're expecting quite a bit in. If they will still honor the 2015. Do you see what I mean? Like it's after their year end too, so I invoiced in 2 separate invoices, one for 2015 with apologies, and then for the first half of 2016.
Okay. Same page under CN Station revenue.
Yes?
Very small amount with more than half the year gone. $650 actual.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to follow up on that.
Okay. Similar as Robson Center. Expecting a lot, but nothing.
We are, yes, we are expecting a lot to come in on that.
Okay. I'm going to go to page 11 of your agenda package. And again, it's a similar question, but you'll probably give a similar answer under environmental services. It's transfer station operation and garbage collection.
Mm-hmm.
Anticipating lots, but nothing coming in. Is it?
Yeah, that hasn't come in yet.
Regional district.
As regional district, yeah. I'll follow up on that with Sherry tomorrow.
Okay.
It might be that we invoice, I'm not sure of that.
Okay. I'm going to go way down to sewer revenue, near the bottom of the page.
Yes?
And it's more of a clarification. The revenue expected from lagoon user fees, that's for example, Robson Valley Septic to dump into the
That's
lagoon.
correct, when people dump into the
And
lagoon.
so have they just not been invoiced, or what's the
No,
plan?
we haven't had any dumping. And the
No.
gate is locked, so I don't think there's any way for them to dump without us knowing.
Okay. I'm going to go on to your page 13. The grant writer revenue under general government,
Yes,
comes from a grant? Is that
it
correct?
does.
And where does that appear under revenue?
At the end of the year, we do a report, and then that report generates a check from the development, the Northern Development. And we have been approved to submit.
Okay. Let me go down to administrative expenses. I was concerned that is over budget at this point in time, and whether we could get an explanation about that. Actuals are over the budget
Yes,
expenditure.
they are. I didn't pull out the line items on these. I can report back on that, what it would be.
So which one was that for, Councillor Thompson?
10-405-20500, administrator's expenses.
I'm moving down the line to the audit.
Mhm.
Have we had any additional word on a final bill from the auditors yet?
As of to date, we have received nothing further.
Okay. I'm looking at near the bottom, I'm just going by the name professional fees.
Mhm.
Why are these so low for this year?
Because we haven't had the constant stream of environmental professionals and stuff like we did last year.
Oh, okay, so that's
Yeah,
like for,
yeah.
okay, I misunderstood then.
That's good that one's,
Okay, no, I misunderstood what that was for. That clears it up.
and it would cover consultants
Yep.
as
No,
well, yeah, there's a number of things
no,
there.
that's fine, I thought it was a different expense. CN station expenditures,
Mm-hmm.
again, I'm concerned that that's over budget by almost a third.
Which line item?
104, it's janitorial supplies, alarm systems.
Yeah,
So that's 30% over budget.
it is.
There's something to, I guess, to look into. I'm going to your page 14 now. And the public works expenses,
Mm-hmm,
heat, power heat.
yes.
I know we have a applied for something to look into that,
Mm-hmm.
but I just bringing that up as a concern. Again, a line item is 25% over budget
It is, yeah.
already.
And if we look back at our actuals last year, we spent almost 17,000.
They were already at that for 2000.
That's correct. Yeah.
So I guess I'm just bringing it up as a concern.
No, this is good. I'm making note of these.
Okay, then I've got a whole bunch under Public Works,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just not sure. I'm looking at basically from garbage truck maintenance all the way down.
Yes.
Amounts budgeted, but nothing claimed. Lots of zeros. And I can't believe that we're not maintaining the equipment.
Well, we just did do some maintenance on the equipment.
So-
So it wouldn't reflect in this. It was done this month. So the garbage truck for sure had, gosh, almost $1,000 worth of maintenance done in July. The loader and cat, that it hasn't received maintenance to date. The backhoe, that I have to check because I thought we got hoses on that. I'll have to check the invoices
Anyway,
on
just,
that.
just,
Yeah.
I can't see that we're using equipment, it's not being maintained. I'm
Yeah.
worried about those
And
expenses.
a lot of the maintenance is done in-house or at the end of the day. So I think what we've captured here, what you're seeing here would be the parts and the bigger items.
Okay. I'm gonna go down in the same category, Public Works, or is it BC Hydro Generator?
You see hydro generator, yes.
Okay, just a clarification for me.
Mm-hmm.
That expense
Mm-hmm.
is what? Is that an expense for our, is that a staffing expense or to go?
And we bill them back then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just highlighted the fuel.
And yeah, you know what, Rick, or Councilor Thompson, let me look further into that because I might be misspeaking on that. So I'm going to look into that for you, okay?
The hydro generator?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I bring up the fuel at the end of that there's nothing in the budget but $6,000 spent.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, just awareness. This is one more of a public safety concern on my part. Last year we did very minimal sidewalk maintenance, and this year we budgeted for sidewalk maintenance, but we have not. I don't see where we have a strategy or a plan to fix our sidewalks.
Well, you can see by the staffing hours that they have been doing maintenance on them. So
I believe this was for concrete replacement.
it
Are they
was,
doing that?
and they have to, yes, I'll have to speak to our lead hand when he returns from vacation, where they are in that process.
Okay, so, I've already got my answer on the other one. There'll be a grant for the airports, that's fine. That's fine. Leave that one's fine. Sewer expenses, again, I see a bunch of zeros, which have me concerned. At the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Page 17.
Yes.
I'm going to your page 18. The bottom of sewer expenses, there's a line item 30465300000, water train.
304.
Very last entry,
Yes.
water train.
Mm-hmm.
Should that be in water or should that be in sewer?
I can check, but I'm sure it was a typo because we do send for sewage training as well. But I will double check that isn't captured in the wrong place.
There's also a line for sewer training.
Oh, there is right above it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to look into that.
Okay, thank you for looking into that. And again, I know I asked this question, others have asked this question, and you may have answered it, and I have a short memory. Source of supply, underwater. you asked the question, what is that? And I apologize if you've already answered it.
I didn't, but if I recollect correctly, it was answered in a budget meeting, and I can't remember, it might be the treatment that they do up there, but I will absolutely get that answer.
Well,
to
I'm
you.
glad I'm not the only one that doesn't
No.
remember then. Okay, and then, last one on page 19, I just had a concern again, there's lots of, budgeted amounts for 600 Northwest Commercial,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing recorded as an expense for half a year.
So these would apply just to the rental units. The one office that is rented. So we're going to have to figure out how to break that out into there.
Okay. So those are my questions that I need you to come back with some answers. Thank you. Sorry.
Oh, no.
All right, any other questions on the revenues and expenditures?
I just have one question. The office equipment maintenance on the page 13, page 4 of 10. It's office equipment maintenance, there's $20,000 budgeted for it. Used $3,000. Last year we used $11,000. What office equipment maintenance, what is that?
Well, there'd be the printer
So like ink and stuff, or?
and so we used 11,000 last year, 3,000. It would be toner, it would be I would imagine the lease goes in there on the printer.
The lease would go under office equipment maintenance.
At me. And this is for us here in this office,
Right. Okay.
so I can see what notes there are on that for you.
All right, any others? Okay, can I get, I'll call the question out, all in favor of receiving the reports for information? Carried. Correspondence requiring action. One is a letter from Fran Sampson, addressing the Rocky Mountain Goat article on deficit. She'd like clarification how council plans to address it. I'm glad you put that in there because I couldn't actually read the letter. So I know that one of the things I can say about this is I have spoken with the Rocky Mountain Goat over some of the things contained in their article. And he's doing a follow-up article on it to get some clarification on it. And as to address how we're going to deal with the deficit, well, that's one of the things on council's agenda, so maybe if we could just fashion a letter to firm saying, saying that that we are looking into it and there will be a follow-up in the Rocky Mountain Goat on their article. Any Councillor Thompson?
With regard to that, the first of the budget meetings was canceled. Is there a new date set to begin addressing these issues?
That'll be coming up when we get to that point there. We have it on the back of our agenda there, so we'll be setting a date
Thanks.
to go through it, because I got a feeling there's way more than we can do tonight. So if you could just give her a letter coming into
I
her.
will, I've made note of
And then the next one is from your handouts. It's an email from Teresa Caputo on the North 400 that are coming to town on August 5th.
that. Mm-hmm.
And do I see a time
At
in there?
4 a.m.
Or
Yeah.
it should be 4 p.m.?
Where are you?
No, 12. Noon is what they're gonna leave Jasper up for.
Oh, leave Jasper for, okay. What happens when you don't have your glasses on, Teresa? All right, so they'll be here at noon?
Yeah.
And I'm sure that at least some council members can attend. Council Record?
Okay, when we started, so that our board members to attend, and then the table we have on our desk, it says, possible support measures could be bottled water, food dishes, etc. So I'm confused, do we bring bottled water, do we bring food,
It-
we just show
It's
up?
all been taken care of.
Okay, so,
Okay.
perfect.
So you just want our smiling faces? Okay. All right, so we'll move on then to number 9, bylaws, permits, and policies. Amendment bylaw number 761.2016, permissive,
About the information portion of correspondence.
yeah. It's just for information.
Oh, you didn't want to talk about the smoker meeting?
I was going to move up to the other part where it actually has some weight. Okay, so amendment bylaw 7612016, permissive tax exemption. A motion that council give the fourth reading and adopt the amended item 1 of bylaw number 261.2016 to read that the portions of the church property set out in this bylaw containing a church hall are hereby exempt from municipal taxation imposed under the authority of section 224(2)(f) of the community charter for the years 2016 to 2021. Can I get a mover, please?
So moved.
And a seconder?
Second.
Any comments on that?
So again, this is just changing the section of the community charter that it references.
That's correct.
Okay, I'll call the question then. All in favor? Carried. And we'll move on to new business. You have in your package a trial balance and the Village of McBride second quarter financial review. So those start on page 28 of your agenda package. And they're quite lengthy. So with council's indulgence, what I was going to do is request that we set a date to start to go through this. We're going to have some deficiencies. We can see by the small communities grant that we got that our budget called for $377,000, and we've got 336, so we're 40,044 short from budget numbers. So I was thinking, and Councillor Thompson brought up a lot of information that I pulled out from looking at this data, and it's also in the trial balance data. So I was thinking that we could set a meeting, get some questions up for Kelly as to what if we need to see anything on this, and then proceed with going through this and correcting the budget and dealing with the deficit and the shortfalls.
Pretty flexible.
Are you flexible?
We have to do, you want this done right away,
It has to be done
Yeah,
in
okay,
short
yeah.
order.
next week, I guess.
So, next week, we're into August. The 1st of August is a staff holiday. So that gives us 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or 5th. Councillor Tracy works until at least 4:30, so Friday is an open day for her.
Friday will
Councillor
work
White,
for me.
Friday, yeah.
We do it first thing Friday morning?
Certainly. First thing,
8:30?
8:30.
That's when the doors
I
open.
believe court's in here next Friday morning.
Yep, you're right,
Oh,
yep.
thank you.
Thank you.
Friday's out the window. So any other one would start after 4:30, and it could be at least a several-hour session, right?
It will be,
We could break it up over, let's see here.
We
Well,
do
let's
somewhere
go for
else.
the following week then.
Why don't we look
You
at
can't do
the
that?
go here for the 19th,
Yeah,
or the 12th, I mean, sorry, the
Yeah.
12th.
The 12th, except for I don't think I could do it in the morning. I think I would be on, I'm not sure if I'm on nights or days that day.
you only work at 3:30 during the mornings, don't you? 10:30, 10
Unless she
o'clock.
works nights and she starts at 3:30.
Yeah, it depends on whether I'm on nights or days. I switch. How about you give us a list of email out for 3 options?
Should it not be done at a time convenient to the public also?
Yes.
Yes, there are public meetings.
So if you can give 3 options, and then that way it gives us time to get the notices out and all of that kind of stuff, and anything we need to address from these spreadsheets, if that's okay with the council.
Yeah, that would work better anyways, I think.
Do I need a motion to postpone to that date, Kelly, or?
Well, I'll send you guys out dates and then weigh in on it.
I don't need a motion to postpone?
Yes, yes, you do.
So can I get a motion to postpone to an agreeable time?
So moved.
Seconder?
One second.
Any other comments? I'll
I'm
call the
just-
question. Sorry,
I'm
Councilor
just,
Thompson?
I'm just concerned, there was no action written in the agenda other than
No, there
trial
wasn't.
balance there, so it seems to me that we simply need to take action and direct administration to set up a meeting schedule to address this issue,
Okay.
rather than,
Yeah, there were no action items there.
And we'll just remove that
Okay,
motion then.
direction.
All right. And then last item on the agenda is a motion that in accordance with section 91C labor relation or other employee relations and 91I, the receipt of advice that is subject to solicitor client privilege, including communications necessary for that purpose. Can I get a mover on that one?
So moved.
Reinhardt, seconder.
second.
All in favor? Carried. And that a motion that the open meeting be recessed at 8:57
7,
was good,
7:50.
or 7:57, darn, I keep doing that. At 7:57 in order to conduct the in-camera meeting. Mover,
So moved.
seconder,
Second.
all in favor? Carried. Thank you everyone for coming out.